What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the journey. Today's video, I'm glad to be back making a video. I was away over the weekend, so there wasn't a video uploaded on Monday like there normally would be. But today's video, I'm just going to be giving you guys a little bit of a training update, talking to you a little bit about my day. It's quite a big training day for me today. I'm about halfway through my training for the day, and just going to give you a little bit of a background update on how it's all going, with 9 weeks now until my first triathlon and only about 6 weeks until my first race at all, which is an aquathlon, which is a swim and a run, basically just an opportunity to get my wetsuit on and see how it fits, etc. Because I've lost a lot of weight since then. So yeah, I'm excited to be making a video again. I did miss not making one on the weekend and uploading on Monday, but just didn't have time when I got back from my weekend away. So yeah, glad to be back and enjoy the video, guys. So I've been for a swim this morning. I don't know if you can tell, I've got the sort of goggle eyes. There's got to be a term for exactly what people call that, but like goggle eyes, where you've got like the marks around your eyes. Come out of the pool, went straight into Sainsbury's, and it just looked hideous. I looked like, I don't know, it looked weird basically. I'm sure people were looking at me like, what the hell's that guy been doing? But yeah, it was a good swim. Well, actually it was a good swim in the end, but it's the first time I got back into the pool since last week, because obviously I was away over the weekend, and would normally have swam on a Monday, but I wasn't back, so Monday's swim was pushed to today. So I was actually really anxious about getting back in the pool today. Not really sure exactly why, because it wasn't a tough session. It was a tough session, but it wasn't any tougher than what I've been doing recently. So I'm not really sure why I felt so anxious about it, but I thought I'd be honest with you guys and tell you exactly how I felt about it. I was anxious last night, and yeah, quite anxious this morning about it, but managed to get in and just get on with it. Unfortunately, I did run out of time. I was a little bit late to the pool, and I ran out of time and missed my last 50-meter effort and my 100-meter swim down, so I missed 150 meters. So the swim would have been 2k, it came to 1850 meters. It's not the end of the world. It's just, just one of those things really. Just the fact that I got in and got the rest of it done is the main thing, and over a course of months, something like that just isn't going to matter that much. So the majority of the work was done by that point, so no dramas at all. But honestly, I just thought I would come and tell you guys exactly how I felt and be honest with you, because hopefully people will look at my channel and try to take some things away from it. And maybe there are people who struggle with a bit of anxiety towards some of their sessions, maybe if they've got a particularly tough one, or just one which they don't really, they're not really feeling up to. So hopefully, me saying this and talking about this can just let you guys know that I still suffer a little bit with anxiety, and I used to suffer a lot with it. There was a stage where I couldn't run because I was just having panic attacks every time I did, and really wasn't in control of it. It's not like that at all now. I just get the odd little moment where I'm very anxious. But I recently read David Goggins' book Can't Hurt Me, and he talks about a cookie jar, and basically to explain the idea of the cookie jar to you, first of all, it's worth going and reading that book or listening to the audiobook. I listened to the audiobook and it's incredible. But the cookie jar is basically where it's just a mental thing where whenever he beats the person inside of him that's sort of fighting against him, some people would say like whenever he beats his demons, he remembers that moment and places it into the cookie jar, and then he can go back and look at that and remember that each time he's next suffering and thinking, right, I remember that swim a few weeks ago where I didn't feel great, and I went and got it done and beat the demons inside my head, and that just gives you that little bit of a motivation. And as the cookie jar grows, then you can just you can draw on inspiration from that, and eventually really get in control of your mind and exactly how you're feeling. So that's something that I've started doing the last few weeks, just taking a few little things that I've done and putting them into that little mental place, that little cookie jar, and just keeping a hold of them and making sure that I don't forget about those moments when I do win, when I didn't really think I'd be able to finish a session, and just keeping hold of those moments really and using them the next time you need them. So yeah, use that if you need to, guys. It's definitely helpful. And yeah, start adding to that cookie jar. Just got to the gym for my bike ride now. I decided to do it indoors. I've had a little bit of a dodgy stomach since I've been back from the weekend, so I'm just going to do my bike ride indoors today, which is no big issue. Ain't gonna lie to you guys, I ain't feeling great today. Feeling very anxious, not completely in control. Like I said about the swim earlier, I feel sort of the same about the bike ride. but you know, just got to get on with it, get it done. I know I'll feel better when the session's done, so I'm just going to fight through it. And yeah, like I said, I know that these are the best thing for me right now is to go and get this session done, and I'll feel a million times better. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to head in now and get on my bike, and not get on my bike, get on the watt bike, and I shall see you guys during or after the session. What's up guys, watt bike session is done, and honestly I've never been so chuffed to be able to say that I finished the session. That was so damn hard mentally today. I just felt so anxious, as I said. I've just felt so anxious all day. I think it's just where I've had 3 days off training over the weekend when I went away, and you know, my body starts to forget that I can get through these sessions, and I start to feel a bit of anxiety about it, almost as like I wasn't prepared, you know, almost like I'm not fit enough to be able to do these sessions. And honestly, the first hour or 70 minutes of that ride were really grim. I didn't know how I was going to get through the next 5 minutes of the ride, let alone like the next 90 minutes or however long I had left. You know, it was honestly really tough. I was, you know, it's obviously not very comfortable, and when you're struggling mentally, a bit of uncomfort becomes more of an issue. But you know, I just kept fighting and kept trying to break it down, kept putting on, you know, thinking about songs I wanted to listen to. I spent quite a lot of the ride listening to Chrissy Wellington's audiobook, which I absolutely love. You know, honestly, David Goggins' book is amazing, but the further I get into this book by Chrissy Wellington, the more I'm starting to think this one's even better and even more powerful, when she talks about sort of the mental strategies that she uses during an Ironman and during long training sessions and stuff. You know, that came at the perfect time, and I started to use some of those things, and some of it is just as simple as visualization. You know, just thinking about, you know, if I was to have the perfect race, started thinking about Ironman and how I think, you know, how I think running down the red carpet will feel, and just keep that very close to you, and those little feelings, and even stuff that's not related to sport, like, or even stuff that's not related to triathlon or whatever sport you're training, running, whatever, you know, like just thinking about the Liverpool game tonight and just taking my focus off of what I was doing, or not necessarily taking my focus off it, staying focused to the ride and keeping up my cadence, etc. But you know, just not thinking about how hard it is and just thinking about something else. And yeah, man, I'm so proud to get that session done today. That was, like I said, just really hard, really mentally hard, but you know, I'll feel fine tomorrow. I'll feel absolutely fine. That's just how anxiety works for me. I have these days where I just feel like I can't do it, or at least my mind tries to tell me that I can't do it, and my body fights back, and I feel strong again, and I will feel fine tomorrow. I'll feel absolutely fine. I'm back to work tomorrow, which is good to get back into rhythm. I've got to swim in the morning again, just because I missed Monday's swim. I was making up for it today. Normally I wouldn't have that swim to do, but yeah, so I've got to swim tomorrow, which I'll get through absolutely fine, and you know, I feel so much better about that than I did about the one today. So yeah, I'm chuffed to get through that, and hopefully you guys can pick up a few lessons from this, just about, like, you know, maybe if you're training for your own, you realise that, you know, everyone goes through these little struggles and mental battles, or if you're not training for anything and you just sort of following to keep up with my progress, like, you'll be able to just realise exactly what it's like. It's not just a case of like, right, Wednesday jump on a watt bike for 90 minutes, Thursday go for a swim for an hour. You know, it's not just like that. Every session has its own battles, every day has its own little fights, and you just got to keep fighting. And today I kept fighting, and eventually, you know, got through the session. Anyway, right, video's over, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back on Monday, back into rhythm of 2 videos a week. I shall see you guys on Monday.